Hey everyone. Konnichiwa no minasama. Anato wa genki desu ka? Asuki no biohazard no shoujo Sabrina desu. Junbei o ii desu ka? Hey everyone, how's it going? It's your favorite Resident Evil girl, Sabrina here. And today we are going to take a little bit of a different approach. We're not going to do the usual game like we would be doing on Tuesday. Uh, we have beat all of the Resident Evil games, so I figured it was a good opportunity to uh, talk to you guys, kind of get some engagement on the what you guys are playing and things like that, and just have a little bit of a yap session, and just get to know you guys a little bit better. You guys have been with me for this whole journey of you know playing through all the Resident Evil games, so I wanted to take some time to connect with my audience. Um, I'm I might add like Q&A or something, or like AMA to the title, because I encourage people to ask me questions and things like that. That would be really fun, I think. But yeah, I'm just gonna yap a little bit, and should be pretty fun. So let me send my links out and I'll get yapping. Starting screen, Gojo and Gato is us flying into the sunset after surviving the RE franchise. I love it. That's so true. It's us seeing we beat it, we cruise. At least until the Code Veronica remake comes out, the Zero remake, all that fun jazz. Requiem, if I even play it on my channel. I'm surprised no one's actually asked me that yet, and I don't know. Honestly, I think that it's because people just assume I'm gonna play it or something, and I don't have very high hopes for it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not I'm not super excited for the game. Um, I really dislike one of the things I really disliked about Resident Evil 4 remake is that in the Ashley segment you have to hide from the monsters and stuff and kind of stealth your way through an area. I hate that. I absolutely hate that so much. And I'm sure it was in the original or something, and it only makes sense to put it in the remake. So that's not what I'm saying. That's missing the point. What I'm trying to say is that I am not a fan of the horror games where you just kind of hide a lot and sneak around, because to me it just doesn't have the same feeling. When you're just running around hiding from stuff, it becomes more annoying and stressful than it does actually scary. A great example of this is I remember the first time I played the RE2 remake. I hopped out I don't know what room it was, but it's you get into that meeting room, and then you have to jump over through that hole in the top, and then you land in the hallway with the vending machine, and there's that cop zombie there. I remember during that part I was just I would hop through, and as soon as I seen that guy, I was just I was like, oh my gosh, and I just started unloading the pistol on him, and I had to reload, and he kept walking towards me, and I'm like, oh god, just freaking out, just unloading all my ammo on him, hoping I take him down. Um, and it's like you don't get that like out of like a hiding game, so it's like you would just you're just like it got me, oh it found me, oh oh I didn't stealth it right, you know, and it's like and then you die a bunch of times and you're like oh my god can I please get through this part please. Thank you for the hearts by the way, I really appreciate that. I feel that way about the Sherry bit in RE2 Remake, especially on repeat. Exactly. That's the same. Thank you for reminding me, because I totally forgot that was even a thing in it. Yeah, same exact principle. It's like, it's not fun, it's just annoying. So then, when the trailer for RE9 only shows, like, you hiding from a stalker enemy, and you guys know how I feel about stalker enemies already, it's just like, it's just not a good formula for Sabrina Wesker. Like, I don't know, like it just doesn't look fun to me. I'll still play it because it's a Resident Evil game, but I don't know if I'll play it on my channel for you guys because no one wants to see me not have fun in a game, you know, like, or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you guys like get off to that or something. I don't know, but hiding limits options to the point that there is less tension than actually engaging an enemy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You get it 100%. There's less tension. Cause like if you like, cause like in comparison, like if you say you have like a weapon and you have and like you come into a situation where you have like an interaction with like that entity, you now have the like responsibility of taking it down, and like there's like a certain like excitement to that you are missing when you're hiding. So yeah, I not exactly excited for the game. I know there was like a second trailer that dropped last week or something. Let me look. I think it was. Oh, it actually says this week, but all right. So maybe it was this week, and I just remember it being like, wait, today's Tuesday, so yeah, it was like last week. I think at the end of last week, and yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm not exactly excited to. At the same time, too, I'm trying not to watch too much about it because I don't want to like get like I think that expectations ruin games more than the game actually just being bad. Cause like nothing's worse than hyping yourself up like way to like expectations that literally just can't be met, and then you're like disappointed when you play the game. Whereas, like, honestly, I made the biggest mistake I made by doing that was with Cyberpunk. I was looking into like all the leaks and like the trailers and like I was following the heck out of the development of that game. I thought it was gonna be just like the video game to end all video games when it came out, and then it comes out and it's like the most just piss poor like experience you could ever imagine. It was just like so like I will never feel that crushing blow of disappointment that strong again. Like I will just not get excited for a video game. Even when the Code Veronica remake stuff's coming out, I'm not gonna cover it because I'm not gonna look into it because I want a fresh. I just want to play the game, not knowing anything about it, like besides my obviously my prior knowledge of the original, but and then just experience the game for what it is, not with any community feedback or like yeah, you get it. Get off, you sound like SD Perry now. Stephanie down bad Perry. Hello, Empress Serena. Oh yeah, I didn't even say hello to you guys. Hey Tom, hey 263, hey Ravel. How's it going? Pleasure to see you guys, as always. And Empress Sabrina works, but I usually prefer like Empress Mommy. But it's alright. It's alright. You can workshop at a touch. I'll still pin the message. There we go. Keanu Reeves, wake the F up, samurai falls through the map. Yeah, exactly. You get it? Forgive me. Of course, of course. Nobody's perfect, right? So, like, I can't have absurd expectations of people. That's just wrong. I was so sad. Today I will. Here, actually, I should change the screen if I'm gonna be yapping now, because like we're not waiting for the stream to start. So let me. I guess I can go to the intermission screen. That'd probably be best for a yap session, right? Yeah, this would probably be the best like way to do it. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'll do. Cause like I mean, I could go like, I could go in here into my Dreamcast Horror Night like comfy area, but I feel like it's not necessary. It's too much, too much. We're just yapping. It's just me in my office yapping. That's what today is. So anyway, what I was saying is that this morning I had to wake up and jumpstart my car because I left the phone charger. I figured out what it was. Like I was trying to like I figured out my car died on like Friday, I want to say, and I was just like, all right, like, when Monday comes around, I'll jumpstart it or whatever. But I couldn't figure out why the battery had died, and then today when I jump started it and turned it on, I noticed that the phone charger that I installed was still turned on. I forgot to turn it off before because there's like an on and off switch like actually on the like receptacle itself, and so I forgot to turn it off when I had gotten out of the car previously, and over the week because I don't usually drive my car that often. We have more than one vehicle here, so we usually use the other one. My car just kind of sits in the garage a lot of times, and I take it out like on weekends and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So the battery died, and I had to jump it this morning, and I broke off some of my nails trying to do it. So it was just, it was a whole disaster, and yeah, and it just compiled into like being late to go get food and everything, and it just kept compiling everything together to where I didn't get to stream till like almost 9 p.m. And at that point, I'm just like, there's really no point in even playing a game. Like, am I gonna play a game for like an hour or something? Like, I mean, I could obviously. Like, I'm not saying it like that, but like, I feel like just throw the whole day away. Let's just have a yap session, relax for a little bit, change it up, give us a small break in between finishing all the RE games and then starting the remakes. So, which is kind of funny because in hindsight, if I could go back in time, I would have definitely played the original RE1 instead of the remakes, so I could have just done all the remakes afterwards. But now I'm gonna play the original RE1 and then 2, 3, 4 remakes. So yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a little goofy, but whatever. You guys still enjoy it, right? Yes, but I just want to drop this question so you guys have some time to think about it while I yap. I'm very curious about like what are some games you guys have like played recently? What's some things you guys keep like find yourself coming back to? Um, just things like that. Like I'm very curious to like what you guys are doing. Like what are you guys doing in your free time? I'd like to know. I like to get a good bearing of my audience, and yeah, I think it would definitely make me happy to like understand you guys better. So yeah, you guys can work on type up your comment or whatever while I'm sitting here yapping, and I'll read them in a little bit. OGRE1 after reading the Umbrella Conspiracy will be fire. Yes, it will. Oh yeah, I think it's funny. Like the whole time we were reading the books, I was using this like ticket stub from watching the JJK movie as a bookmark. And then when I was going through my books right here on the shelf, because I was like changing them up to see if I, put. I like doing some like even though you guys can't see it really because it's like too far down on the screen. I like to rotate the books in here, so I have like different series out at different times. And when I was in the middle of going through the books, I found all my bookmarks. So I don't have to use the little ripped up ticket stub from watching the JJK movie for a bookmark anymore. I have my actual bookmarks from the library. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Like months ago, I went to the local library to. I was honestly originally looking for these RE books, and I couldn't find them, and that's when I seen the RE6 prequel manga, and I like ended up getting that and renting some other things like some old copies of Rave Master because that's like if you don't know Rave Master, it's by the same guy who makes like Fairy Tail and stuff. This is what he made before that, and I think Rave Master was way it should have been way more popular than it was. It was really good. And I remember like I used to check out the books from the library when I was a kid. I would like I would go like every week and like do another rotation of volumes and just like read them throughout the week at school and stuff. And yeah, Rave Master was just such a goated series. It was so good. And then they made an anime for it, which was really exciting, except they did an awful job at adapting it. They did that thing that where they used to do with a lot of like shonen and other genres similar like that, where when they make a anime adaptation, they like dumb it down a lot and like make it more like seemingly more for their target audience, which is like younger like teens and things. So they took like a lot of the complexity and like grittiness out of this like story for the anime. Everything's like really goofy, and the character designs are kind of weird, and it's just not a good adaptation at all of the story. And then like obviously it didn't complete its run. It only aired for like a season or two, and then they got canceled. Which of course, yeah, if you ruin the source material, of course it's not gonna be good. Like come on, just look at the Halo TV show. But yeah, so unfortunately it was a victim to that trend that was going on in like the early 2000s. And yeah, so Rave Master never got its glory. But anyway, yeah, that was like back to tie it all back in where I was. Yeah, I checked out some of those books from the library when I got a library card to check them out, and they gave me a bag of bookmarks. So I got a ton of books. These are just like the ones I keep on the shelf, but like yeah, I got bookmarks again. So this is something I was excited to update you guys on. Signalis, Conscript, Ad Infinitum, and Tormented Souls have become my horror games of comfort. Keep an eye out for Phase Zero, which is another promising old school survival horror experience. Okay. I was playing Kuon and it was so freaky I had to cleanse my soul with Ninja Storm. Cleanse my soul is crazy, what? Cleanse my soul. Jeez. Okay. Very interesting. That's what you guys have been doing. So, Ravel, you mentioned Phase Zero. What exactly is that? Is it on Steam or something? Like, can I look that up? I, if it's on Steam, I'll look it up and I'll go over it real quick. very interested, actually. You know, the Steam store has become like infected with like Gooner slop when you go to type in the name of like an actual game, and like your first like 5 results are just like random Gooner like hentai games from Steam. Like what? Yes, it is on Steam and the demo is readily available. Okay, let's look this up. Phase 0. A grotesque illness finds the town of Flint Peak. 2 survivors try to escape with their lives as mysterious creatures roam the streets. Face horrific monsters, solve puzzles, and escape the town in this classic survival horror. Can you make it till dawn? Interesting. Hair-raising tension is crazy. Interesting. I'm looking at the comments now. People said that RE fans will really like it. Did every single one of the... Oh, I guess, yeah, because it's a demo. They all received it for free. For a second there, I was like, wait, what? Okay. Okay. It seems like a lot of people are writing on childhood nostalgia in the comment section. YouTube main. Hey, YouTube main, how's it going? Pleasure to see you as always. You don't have the Steam safe search on? That's on you, Sabrina. Steam... What do you mean Steam safe search? What? There's a safe search on Steam? You're telling me I can sort out the Gooner slop? That's like... And like all of it's AI generated too. Like it's just... It's so bad. Like I swear. Steam has a plague upon it. I highly recommend it. The game had me quivering. I felt like Natalia without very... Oh! Quivering is crazy. What? You are excellent, Sabrina. Just stopping by before to say hi. I'm kind of worried for the world and all that, so I'll just say have a good night and stay safe, please. All of you, bravo team. Yes, Travis. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful night too, and I hope you stay safe. Sabrina, hello. Hey, Machete, how's it going? Pleasure to see you as always. I know, play RE1 Demake on NES. That'll be awesome. RE1 Demake, that's on... What? Well, on the NES, like what? Someone make like a homebrew game for the NES. That's crazy. Long time. Yes, it has. It's been a while, Machete. It's always a pleasure to see you. Yes, you can filter out the Gooner slop. Miss you. Oh, I miss you too, Machete. Thank you. Goated thumbnail, by the way. You like that? The Chris comparisons. Whenever I do a stream like this, that's like not like an actual stream, I always put like a funny thumbnail. Like I think Last time it was like the Sukuna cat, and I had like a Tyrant from Pokemon for another one. Like, I just pick like what I do is I'll like open my the images on my computer, and then I'll just like randomly scroll through it until I see one that's like really goofy, and I'm like, that's what I would click on if I was scrolling through YouTube and I seen just like a random like shit posting like meme picture, I'd be like, all right, you know what, you got me, and like I'll click on it at least just for like just for the experience, I guess. I'll try. Good. Yes, it's real and it's pretty well done. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, for the Dino Crisis stream. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, you just reminded me too. I got something I gotta vent about to y'all. I see. All right, so like I usually try and stay off social media if I can. Um, as like chronically online as I am, I do try to stay away from like common social media sites because there are just too many stupid people on them, and it makes me mad to even browse these sites. But then you have days like today where I'm just sitting like in my car or waiting for the battery to charge so I can start it because I'm jumping the car battery because it died. And just for the heck of it, I go on my phone and I open up a social media page. I start scrolling, and like one of the first posts I see is one that says, it's just like oh it's like what is this game, and then it was like a Steam review, and it was someone saying like the game was awesome except for the puzzles. You should completely remove all of the puzzles, like, and the game would be so much better. And then like and I scrolled the comments. I'm like, I wonder what games people are saying for this, because it has to be a pretty interesting selection. What's a game that has puzzles that would be better with the puzzles removed? And for someone like me, uh, I the puzzles are the thing I enjoy the most. So like when I'm playing like Resident Evil or Silent Hill or something, like my main excitement and fun comes from solving the puzzles, riddles, things like that. um I like backtracking with items and like unlocking doors or areas that you couldn't access before. Like that all is what I enjoy about it. I don't really care for the combat, which is why I never really enjoyed Mercenaries, because it's like, yeah, all right, and it's the same reason why like RE6 like kind of annoys me sometimes, because I don't enjoy, like, it's the same, like I don't really play shooter games for that reason. Like it's just not fun to just shoot things for an hour straight. It's quite boring, actually. I like using my brain. So yeah, the puzzles. Um, so I go into the comments and I see like what people are talking about, and tell me how most of the comments said Dino Crisis. The comment the like so many people were commenting Dino Crisis, and like people be like, Dino Crisis is the hardest game I've ever played in my life. Like, it definitely needs the puzzles removed. And I'm like, and like, obviously, I'll get to just the disrespect in a minute, but think about removing the puzzles from like RE or Dino Crisis or like a game like that, and it's like, what do you have left? Just walking around shooting things? Like, where's the game? Like, what are you talking about? Remove the puzzle? Like, that's half the game. Like, what do you mean? Remove the puzzles from Dino Crisis? What? Like, ugh. And on top of that, I remember one comment was like, you can't even like get through even a section of this game without following a guide. You can't? Like, you don't have the like brain cells to like process the puzzles or something? Like, I don't think that's the game's problem, bud. I think you need to read a book or something. I don't know. Like, I'm not the type of person to like judge a person's like mental capacity, but I, I just can't believe that people find that difficult. Like, I can understand getting stuck on a section in a game because that's a very common thing amongst like all games. Like you're gonna have a part that's like that has like maybe a difficulty spike or like a particular enemy that doesn't bode well with your playstyle, or there's gonna be some hiccup somewhere that's just like expected. Like, games have challenge to them. Um, but but like you can't do the whole game. What? The whole game's giving you problems, bro. That is crazy. Or you could try Sweet Home, same designer as RE1. Yeah, I actually seen that earlier today. I was looking into it, and I actually wouldn't mind playing that. Ah, yes, why would the secret lab facility have security systems? Yeah. Philistines. Assisted mode logic seems like a very Derek thing to say. Yeah, it's like, it's the people like that why we have yellow paint. Like, to begin with. Like, it's just like, oh, dear God. Come on. Dino Crisis? Really? You want to remove the puzzles because you can't beat Dino Crisis? Come on, man. Like, we're so cooked as a species. Like, what do you mean? Dino Crisis ain't even that bad. Like, it's like getting to the pipe puzzle where you have to align the pipes, like where you have like the 3 rows of them, and like one's green, one's blue, and one's red, and you press the buttons on the panels to like lower the pipes in place to complete the circuit, and it's just like, just imagine looking at it and be like, I can't do it without a guide. I just don't know how to match colors. I don't know how to make red go to red. I don't know how to make blue go to blue. I just can't do this. This is kicking my butt right now. Like, bro, what? I don't know, like, I hope you guys understand how like just astonished I was to even read that. And I was like, I was just sitting there looking at my phone, like I was just sitting there looking at it, I'm like, that's why I don't go on social media. Like, bro, it's to match colors. Impossible. Yeah, like, huh? He's like, yeah, they're like, think of like some of the other Dino Crisis puzzles. Like, it's like, oh, you have to match up the colors of the batteries to the colors on the levers to activate the batteries. Oh no, I can't match colors. How could I ever beat this game? Like, those people exist. Like, they are like breathing, breeding people. Like, they make more people. What? That's crazy. We're cooked. We're absolutely cooked. Dang. Like, I'm trying to think, what are some other puzzles in Dino Crisis? Like I can understand, I think, a good, how would I say it? So, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna abandon that point. Let's face it, RE5 and its lack of puzzles is the bestseller. Yeah, that may be true, but like, obviously, if you're like, any modern company and you're going for the most profit possible, of course, yeah, you're just gonna make another like Call of Duty or Battle Royale, microtransaction, Skate 4 type game, because no one cares about making a decent game. It's just about how much money you can reap in. But um, to say that the game would be better with the puzzles removed is a totally different thing. That's crazy, especially for like a fixed camera, like horror game like that. Like, I don't know. I already hate doing combat in those games anyway, because it's like a good example of that is like
Like RE1, it's like the dog comes. It's like the dog's like midways away. Like it's not right next to you, but it's not far away. And you're like, all right, so do I aim down at the dog to shoot it, or I guess I shouldn't say dog because like YouTube's algorithm will be like, oh my God, she's talking about like actually killing dogs. And it's like, no, 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 I'm talking about Cerberus from Resident Evil. It's an enemy. Like so like with a Cerberus, like it's like, do I aim down at it or do I like just aim normal and get it? And then you always have to have that like one wasted round of ammo where you have to shoot to find out if you aim down or up to shoot it. So it's like, it's like the Cerberus comes at you and you're like, all right, it looks far enough away. Let me shoot it like straight on. Bullet misses and you're like, oh no, I gotta aim down. But then at that point, like the dog's already like mauling you, so like you spam the buttons to like get it off you. Then you go to aim down at it and shoot it, but oh, I guess it's a step further back than it was a second ago, so the aiming down doesn't get it either. So then you aim back up, and then you finally get a shot on it. It's like I'm just stuff like that. I've never really been keen on combat in those games anyway. Not that I enjoy those games less or like them less because of that. I just don't prefer combat in those style games. So to remove everything except the combat in those games sounds like an awful thing to do. But he got to the first TDK and just evaporated. Yeah, and it's like, and that's one thing I was gonna say is that I can totally understand like some of the DDK disc puzzles, because it's like, yeah, it gets kind of confusing when it's like you have to go on like this row, but like you have to exclude these letters, and you got to use this number code to mean these letters, and like, yeah, like some of those do get a little difficult, but it it's still doable. Like if you just sit there and think about it for a minute and actually use your brain, like you're like, oh, that's the answer, or oh, I see it now. It's like working out a math problem. It's like yeah, you might not be able to just look at like a formula and be like the answer's 36, but like that doesn't mean it's unsolvable or like you can't solve it. You just gotta put in a little work, like don't be lazy about it either. Just put in a little work. Use your brain a little bit. Like, and like it feels good. Like how do people not like do not feel that good feeling from like figuring something out? Like do you not get that like reward in your brain? Of just like, yeah, look at me go. I did it. I figured it out. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm happy about it, to be clear. Yeah, yeah. Of course, I know exactly what you meant. You're pointing out a statistic, and that's a good thing for a conversation because a lot of times when people give their opinion on things, uh, they get mad or something, or like some kind they like have a problem when you try and like provide facts or back up statements with certain like you know things. So it's just like if someone says like, oh, like mm, Code Veronica, like let's just say like Code Veronica. Oh wait, actually no, I got a better one. It's like, oh yeah, the train bit in RE0 is like way too long, and you're just like, wait, doesn't the average person take about like 15 minutes there? Or something. Like, obviously I don't know what the numbers are. I'm just providing an example here. But it's like, don't you solve the train in 15 minutes and then they just lose their shit? Like they just like absolutely lose it, and they're just like, look, I'm just giving I'm just giving a viewpoint, a review of the game or something. And you're just like, well, you have to include like facts and like actual like backed up information. Like you have to cite your sources and things like that. And like how do you provide a compelling argument against something based on just how you feel? That's not that's not really like much of a like I feel like if I was going to give my opinion on something, I try and give reasons and like actual information to back up my statement. Like I'm not just gonna make a statement for no reason. Like, would my opinion still be an opinion? Yes, but providing an actual reason opens it up to debate and, just conversation about it. So that's that's another thing I find interesting. If you see someone say they want to remove the puzzles from Dino Crisis, it's probably just Gale on an alt account, to be honest. Yeah, Gale is just sitting there and he's trying to think of a Gale line. What's a Gale line? I can think of Rick lines, I can think of Regina lines. What's a Gale line? Playtime is officially over, kiddies. There you go. That's a Gale line. This isn't a joke. I just got attacked by a big ass lizard. Woo! That's a good one. I love Dino Crisis. I love Dino Crisis. It's such a good game. Whoever said remove the puzzles from it, I hate you. I actually hate you, believe it or not. Right? Remove the puzzles. Yeah, I had to yap about that today because it just blew my mind. RE8 puzzles, not around here, partner. Yeah, unfortunately, Capcom learned the wrong lessons from RE8. Because, like, they'll look at a game. It's like, honestly, it's the same reason how we got from RE5 to RE6. They just look at a game that sells, and they're like, they take the wrong things of why it sold. Like, RE5 sold because action shooter games were at an all-time popularity and everyone was looking for the next Call of Duty to play. So RE5 did really well. And people took that, like Capcom, I should say, Capcom took that as like, oh, like obviously they want less Resident Evil and they just want they just want action, back-to-back action. And then RE6 comes out. And it's like, it still sells, but people have a negative reception of the Resident Evil franchise, and they wonder why. And it's like, because you guys are just getting the wrong ideas. So then it scares me that RE8 sold so well because of the Gooner bait from Lady D and her daughters or whatever. It's like, you have, like, I'm in a lot of, like, I guess, what would you describe it? Like, anime, like, groups on, like, Facebook and stuff and, like, other social media platforms, like TikTok and things. And, yeah, I've seen so many people that bought the game just for, like, Lady D and her daughters. And, I feel like Capcom is going to see that it sold well and be like, we need another RE8, not realizing that it was just the Gooner bait that made people buy it to begin with. And so they're gonna make another like awful game like RE8, and we're just gonna have to eat it. And then once they get another bad reputation for Resident Evil, maybe they'll change it for the better or something. But let's be honest, they're making enough money off the remakes anyway to where they could care less about like what they actually do with the franchise. On top of that, like, you think about this, like Monster Hunter, like the new one that came out, I don't even remember I don't keep up with the Monster Hunter names, but it's like they sold, like, it was the #1 selling game, like, of the year by far. And then it, like, they when they're selling those kinds of numbers, they're not gonna care. They have so much money, they're just gonna do whatever, like, whatever gives them the least effort for the most money at this point. Which I really hope, they don't. I really hope they don't. I don't hope a single company does that. But it is a future we're marching towards, it seems. Well, that's disgusting. Exactly. The Regina lines go hard. I hope that Weiner steps on an infinite series of Lego pieces. Jeez, that's insane. An infinite, like they will never not step on a Lego. Think about that. Like like they get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. They're walking on Legos the whole time they're going to the bathroom. Like you get in the shower, you're like trying to take a shower while walking on Legos. Like your feet get all like soft from like the hot water, and you're just like jamming them in with the Lego pieces. Like, and then like, and then you go to get ready for your day. You're walking on Legos the whole time. Then like, oh, turns out you gotta walk to work. So you like, there's like Legos the whole way there. But then like you think about it and you're like, wait, I'm not gonna walk to work. I'm just gonna ride a bicycle. That's a good way to get around it. But then the pedals of their bicycle are also Lego pieces. So they're just pushing on Lego pieces the whole time they're riding that bicycle. And like they finally get to work, they're all exhausted, maybe they live a little bit further away than they'd like. So it had a little bit of a journey to get there. And then they get into work, and the whole floor at the office is just Lego pieces. And then you gotta walk on that all day while your boss is yelling at you, like stressing you out about some report that you never even did to begin with, because it wasn't your job. It was Jimmy in the other cubicle that was assigned it, but your boss doesn't care. They're just gonna yell at you anyway, because that's all management's good for nowadays. And then you gotta go home on Legos. You get home, you like go to sit on the couch. Maybe the couch is like Legos. I don't know how like it applies to sitting surfaces, because you said steps on an infinite series of Lego pieces, so maybe it's only like foot contact. But let's just assume maybe the couch he sits on, or like his office chair at work, has Legos on it. So like all that happens, and like you're like, oh, I'm gonna try and relax, after work. It was a really stressful day, work kind of sucked. And then what do you know? It's Lego pieces in the kitchen while he's trying to make dinner. It's Lego pieces in the living room while he's watching TV. It's Lego pieces when he walks to his bed. Maybe he sleeps on Lego pieces. I don't know how deep this gets, but that man's not gonna last very long. He's gonna sewer slide. There's no way you can just take that much abuse from the Legos. That's the type of thing you experience when you go to hell. It's like the infinite Lego spawn, but like you still like that's always kind of funny to me, because like when people talk about and like to be fair, like I'm not trying to give any sort of political, or not political, but religious views here on like heaven and hell and like Christianity and things like that. But like just assuming like people always make jokes about like, oh, I'm going to hell for this, or something like that. But like they always talk about this like fiery hellscape where they're like I had my throat impaled with a barbed rod like 37 times every second or something, and it's just like, nah, man. If you're going like in hell, like you're gonna get there, you're gonna expect something like that, and they're gonna make it so much worse. They're just gonna make you like work like a really awful job, but you never get a break or a day off or something. And you just gotta like slave away like doing work like for eternity or something, and it's like no one, like everyone thinks like the easy route of just like, oh, it's gonna be something violent, or like no, they're gonna really like, if you're going to a fictional place that is like is like known as being like the worst thing you could ever possibly imagine, you think they're gonna go easy on you and just do something violent? No, of course they're not. They're gonna go so crazy with that. You're gonna have to like babysit someone, like not babysit, but like dog sit someone's like dog that like has cancer or something, and you have to like break the news like every 10 seconds, like, is it just like a loop of like the dog like passing away or something, and you gotta like explain that to the dog's owner, and like it do something like that. Like there's like y'all are making this way too easy on yourselves with saying like, oh, they're gonna like cut my head off. Like, no, that's the easy route, man. Like they'd never do something like that. What? They were so hyped and then barely in the game, right? I'm so happy you said Lego pieces and not Legos. That is a huge pet peeve for me. No mercy. Terry forgives. I don't. Your punishment, coming home late and the dishes aren't done. Yeah, yeah, it's like that. That'd be another like hell punishment. Is you'd have to do like dishes, but it's like soggy food everywhere that you have, and like you can't use gloves or anything. You like have to use your bare hands to like touch the like moldy, soggy food or something, like in the sink or something. Like, yeah, that's the type of like stuff they'd like I'd put you through, not just not just like, oh, I stub my toe every time I wake up or something. Nah, man, that's light work. What? Yeah, so very interesting. Yeah, Lego pieces. Oh man, what like are we talking like bricks or like studs or like tiles? Like what type of Lego pieces are we talking about here? Because I feel like that changes the dynamic quite a bit. You know what I mean? It's like if you're stepping on tiles, like yeah, there like obviously there's like some really sharp corners in there, but like a lot of the pieces are gonna be like smooth and flat. So like maybe if you don't get hit with too many corners in a step, it doesn't hurt too bad, or like maybe it's just like minor pain. But then like it could be something part 3001 2x4 brick. All right, see now you're going for the max punishment here, like absolute torture. Is you have like, let's see, I have Legos all over the place. I don't know. Look at all my Legos. All right, never mind. I guess my Legos aren't in here anymore. But yeah, 2x4 brick is crazy. That's like you really want them to feel some pain. You know what? I agree. Someone who says that puzzles would make taking the puzzles out of Dino Crisis would make it better deserves a part 3001 2x4 brick always under their feet. I'm sorry. I know I'm a ruthless woman, but someone's got to do it, right? Someone's got to be the bad guy. And if it comes to Dino Crisis, I'll be the bad person. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Dino Crisis is good with the puzzles. And I'm like, another thing too about the Dino Crisis puzzle thing is like I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, there's not even that many puzzles in Dino Crisis. Like you have like the 2 or 3 battery puzzles. You have the lining up the colored pipes puzzle. You have um the 2 warehouse like crane moving, like where you move the crates around. You have 2 of those puzzles. You have like if you're counting the DDK like puzzles, like yeah, then you got like another 5 or something. But like I I don't think that's really a many puzzles for like how much of the game there actually is, like how many areas you gotta traverse, how many like enemies you have to fight, how many like just things you have to collect in the world. It's like I feel like it's a very appropriate amount of puzzles for the game. It's like right about when you get tired of like exploring and shooting things. You get hit with a puzzle. It's like perfect timing. You're like, ah, oh, yes, this is what I need to like freshen up the experience. And then you spend a couple minutes like figuring out the puzzle or something, and you do it, and then you move on, and like you get that like sense of accomplishment, a good feeling of like completing a puzzle. and you go shoot some more things like on that newfound euphoria until you get to the next puzzle. And you know there's a formula behind it. It's like it's just the type of game. Like that'd be like that'd be like saying that'd be like saying they should totally remove all of the driving from Forza. It's like the game would be so much better if you just like the game would be so much better if you could just like stand around your cars instead of driving them. Why like what? Or like I feel like they should take the guns away from Call of Duty. It's just it just doesn't really make sense, honestly. It hinders the gameplay. You know, I'm trying to run around a map and people shoot me. It's like that's what it sounds like to me, like listening to that to Dino Crisis comments. This is ridiculous. I'm about to just like rename this thing. It's like instead of we beat every Resident Evil game in chronological order, I'm gonna change the title and just like I'm mad that if someone thinks Dino Crisis should remove the puzzles or something like that would be the title. Yeah, I didn't even mean to yap about it for that long either. It was just I started yapping and then I just got really passionate because it made me so upset reading that. Like like I know you guys can kind of relate. Like you ever see like a post or something or like someone's status or you know just a video where like you just like you just like can't believe what you read or seen or you know heard. You're just like sitting there looking like at your phone like just like in a whole nother world of just like astonishment. Just like it did I really like I actually seen that? Like whoa. Like you're like genuinely amazed. Like you gotta know what I'm talking about here. This reminds me of people saying the Thief games are boring because stealthing around is all you do. Exactly. That's the exact same thing I'm talking about. It's just like I feel like the Thief games would be better if you didn't sneak around and steal stuff. Yeah, it just destroys the gameplay. Like what? Bro, just play a different game. Like what do you mean? Wild, absolutely wild. Another thing that like blows me away that like I want to talk about is that like there's like there's like actually people out there that think that like someone's whole like personality and like who they are revolves around like a political party they like might have voted for or something. Uh I'm not just talking like one-sided here. Like I'm talking both sides. Like you'll see people like argue about it on the internet all the time where they're like they'll say like liberals are like such awful people because they all think this, and then like you'll have the opposite where like someone would be like, oh, Republicans like are so like this way, like they believe in this stuff and they're such awful people, and it's just like you know there's like a very large portion of people that like might have compared the two evils, found the lesser of two evils and voted for them, but that doesn't mean they support like everything they do or like that's their whole personality. Like, I'm trying to tiptoe around this a little bit because like, I don't want to I don't want to piss people off here, but like um it's like my cousin had broken up with her boyfriend because because she found out that he voted for Trump. And it just blew me away. I'm like, why did you break up with him because of that? Like that just seems such like a shallow thing. And it's just like, oh well, you know, he he voted for this person, so he obviously believes in all this stuff, and I can't stand behind someone like that. And I'm like, did you ask him? Like, talk to him, like maybe see why he voted for that person or what his beliefs, actually are before you just like said, "Oh, he voted for this person. He's obviously like a total like piece of work. Like I'm kicking him to the curb." It's like, especially in like a relationship, because it's like, isn't that really you're supposed to work with that person? Like you're in like a bond of like, why wouldn't you just like talk to the person? Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But it made me just like think about that whole thing. It's like she just really thinks he's just like the worst person on the planet because of like who the person voted for president. Like, bro, in America at least, you only have like the two choices. Like, yeah, you could vote for like one of the other parties or something like that, but when they get like 3% of the votes and like your vote literally didn't change anything, it encourages you to vote for the two parties, obviously. Not saying that that's a good thing, but it's not like you necessarily have the choice outside of those two parties. So at that point, you just decide, all right, which one's not as completely evil as the other one, and it changes every year. It goes back and forth all the time. Like there's no such thing as just like one party's like always the clear answer or something like that. Like it does change. And thank you, Shiloh. I really appreciate eggs. You donated $10 to say eggs. All right, you know what? I can't complain. I can't complain. Eggs it is. Eggs it is. You know what? I got you, Shiloh. I got you. Well, thanks to Shiloh, we now have eggs. Thank you, Shiloh. We wouldn't have these if it wasn't for you and your $10 donation. Look at that. This this is Shiloh's egg. Well, actually, I don't know. I should let you choose, right? You want to choose what egg you are? There's your selection. What do you think? What egg you want? I personally like this one a little bit because it's like an in between color of like the darker ones and the lighter ones, and it's got like little specks on it. So like it's kind of cute looking. Fake eggs and fake monster. Darker one. This one. You want you want this one to be your egg? All right. There you go. There's Shiloh, everyone. There's his egg. Do I have a marker in here? I'll write your name on it, just for donating the money. I gotta have something to write with in here, right? All right, we're back. So yeah, this is Shiloh's egg, everybody.
There you go. There you go, Shiloh. There's your egg. Thank you. Fake egg to keep some other fake monster. That's ridiculous. I went to the emergency room with kidney problems to pay for every monster I've ever drank. These are not fake. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's liquid in there. It's like I'll like fountain it so you can see that. Wait, how do I prove this is a real monster? Because now I'm having like an existential crisis here. I'm just like, I do drink monster. And like, these are real eggs. These are from a farm even. That's why they're all different colors and stuff. These are straight from a farm. Frankly, I just said it because I couldn't think of anything to say. You're welcome, I think. Leon's attache case be like... Looks like the max health egg from RE5. Yeah. Awesome. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Venom. Venoms are really good. They're made by the Dr. Pepper company. And Dr. Pepper 7-Up company, I should say. But yeah, they're like really good. I like the yellow one, which I think it's interesting that because like when they first came out, they didn't have like what the flavor was on the can. They were just colored, and then whatever color you got is whatever flavor it was. And for the longest time, I was getting the yellow one because it was like I thought it was delicious. And then when they finally started putting like the actual name of like the flavor on the can, I seen it was mango, and I'm like, that tastes nothing like mangoes. I don't know where they're getting mango from, but hey, it's delicious. And that's my experience with Venoms. Show close up of the can. Like this part of the can. Here's like the description thing. Here's the nutrition facts. And then that's back around to the front. Does that prove it? Like, hopefully I don't spill this all over myself, but... There you go, prove there's actually monster in there. It's a real monster, I promise. Mojave Redler's my preferred flavor. I gotta look that up. I gotta see which one that is. What color that is. Mojave Redler. Oh, it's the purple one. That interesting. Okay, that's a good one though. The purple Venom. Why are you calling the Venom by its government name? Remember, UK says punch instead of juice, so who's the real monster? The real monster is inside us. I feel like a monster. Diet Coke filled. That is gross. I would never drink Diet Coke because there's aspartame in it. I would never drink something with aspartame in it. No, thank you. That's insulting, sir. That is insulting. Diet Coke. That's just ridiculous. Shiloh Egg, can you believe this? I call it by its government name because it doesn't complain about pronouns.
Alright, now we're crushing the Shiloh egg. It's like clap my hands together, it just explodes. The Shiloh egg. LOL, sorry. Yeah, you better be. Diet Coke. No, unfortunately, I can't. You can't what? You're acting like I remember what I said 10 seconds ago. I don't. I'm just yapping. I'm waffling on. I'm gonna put this egg back, and I'm gonna get asked, like, why is Shiloh written on an egg? I'm gonna have to explain this moment. The Shiloh egg is crazy, what? I want to draw like a little design on it or something, but I don't know what to do. Shiloh, can you believe this? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sure you couldn't believe it. What happens if I shake the Shiloh egg like really aggressively? Does it like is it like a what are those dolls called? Like a voodoo doll where like I have like a little Shiloh and like I poke it in the arm and like his arm gets hurt. Just play the clip, no need to explain. I'm so egging tired. Why are you so tired, Shiloh? What a base reason to write someone's name on an egg, though. Yeah. They donated $10 to chat, so and they said egg, so it was the only logical step. I mean, come on, anyone would think of something like that, right? The Shiloh egg. I've been busy, that's why I mentioned I wasn't going to be on. Yeah, I was actually just reading that. Not that you can see the white bar of like light, but yeah. The Shiloh egg. Imagine that like becomes a thing, like people start like donating like money saying egg on stream, but I just gotta like keep writing. I gotta like start going to like the store and buying eggs just to write people's names on. I try and cheat one day and I'll write someone's name on like the opposite side of the egg and like so like it looks like a new egg. No, that'd be scandalous. I would never do something like that. I would definitely buy new eggs and write your name on it. Especially if it was like $10 every time, because that like easily justifies the price of the eggs. I mean, I think. I mean, I don't know what YouTube's cut is. So like, I don't know. Instead of super chat, if you cash at me the money, I'll write your name on an entire carton of eggs. Yeah, how about that? And I don't mean I'm not saying lazy. I'm not just gonna write it across the top right here. I'm gonna like individually write like a letter on each egg. I'll do like your first name on the top line and like your last name on the bottom line, and then like close it, and then maybe draw you like a little smiley face right here or something, you know. This is crazy. The eggs. Give the eggs a backstory. Alright. At least you're not making AI generated eggs with people's name on it. Ugh! Ugh, I would never contribute to the slop. I'm not a slop enthusiast. I'm not a clanker lover. Oh wait, you said give it a backstory. Hmm. What's a good backstory for it? So the shallow egg was born on a farm, and this is no ordinary farm. This was uh, this was the farm of Chief Blackburn, the the town sheriff, who also owned a farm with chickens on it. And the shallow egg was laid by this hen, and um, it sparked a huge debate because the sheriff was like, oh my gosh, this egg is like too crazy. Like I have to put it in jail or something. Like, I can't let that just like walk around on the street. And the egg's like, this is unfair. Like I haven't even been able to make a name for myself yet. I was just born. You can't judge me like this. And like the cop the cop farmer was just like, oh well, I know how you eggs get. And he's like, but my yolks, I'll never be able to share my yolk. And he's just like, that's too bad. You should have thought about that before you came out of the hen. And then he got locked up in jail. And then the Shiloh egg was like working out, like hitting all kinds of like presses and stuff, and like doing all kinds of workouts. And I got like really buff. And then one day, the sheriff farmer got arrested for he got arrested for trafficking children. And then like the egg got released because they found the paperwork saying that the egg was actually innocent this whole time. And then the Shiloh egg, actually like came back to the farm he was born at, and he smashed all the other eggs. And he's like, now you'll never have to go through what I went through. But then like they called the cops because he just murdered all those other eggs who didn't even get to have names yet. He was lucky to at least be the Shiloh egg. And yeah, so like he had to like go on the run. He was running from the police and stuff. And like he was hiding out in like city to city, like just living off of like little cash jobs here and there, until one day he sold his body to Golden, whatever company this is. He sold his body to them, and they packaged him up and put him in a cartridge, put him in the fridge. And it was then, when he was sitting in his icy prison, that he realized his life was a total mistake. He should have never lived the way he did. And he just sat there and passed with grace. And then I got the Shiloh egg, and here it is. So that's the backstory. Pretty tragic, I know. Yeah. Poor Shiloh egg, right? Can't believe bro was like on the run like that, and he had to just like take himself off, like take himself off the board with the fridge. This season one lore is crazy. Someone in Bollywood is writing all this down as we speak. No way. Not the egg story. You just wait for season 2, when the Shiloh egg gets resurrected by aliens for a top secret mission to infiltrate a planet of eggs, to try and learn their ways so the aliens can conquer them. But they wanted them to trust them, so they sent the Shiloh egg. And like he's there, he started like mingling with all the people there. He got himself like a normal egg job, and like he got some friends like through work and stuff. You're just like a pretty casual egg, living his existence on the planet. And
And then like one day he met this girl egg, and then like they fell in love, and then the aliens came back and they're like, hey, due date's coming up, man. We gotta take over this planet quick. And the Shiloh egg like has like an existential crisis because he was there, he was sent there to destroy the planet, and now he has to, and now he has a life and he doesn't want to leave it. He remembers how the Shiloh egg remembers how lonely and how like depressed he was when he was on Earth, just like getting wrongly accused, and now he has an actual life for himself. He might actually want to start a family, and yeah, and that's where the season ends. It's like kind of on a cliffhanger, so you actually gotta like show up for season 3 if you even want anything remotely to know about what happened to the Shiloh egg. But it starts off as a like in the future like flashback type deal, so like you don't actually get to see what happens to the egg until like halfway through the season, and it's like super like well, here, I shouldn't be telling you guys about season 3 now. You gotta wait for season 3. Damn, the egg like me for real might download his entire personality for a month later. Whoa, don't let the chicken came first believers hear this. Bro just wants to be happy. It's tier 3 subscription material. This is the Sabrina Wesker we came for. Everyone clicks on the video thinking it's just gonna be some cute little goth girl playing a Resident Evil game or something, and then they get this. They get a whole story about the Shiloh egg, and all of a sudden their whole reality gets flipped on its head of just like, oh my gosh, she's such an in-depth person. She's obviously mommy. Like we have to praise this woman. And then it happens. I end up taking over the world, and trust me, I make it a better place. So like it works out. You might as well just accept it, right? Like, wait, I wasn't supposed to tell you guys my plan. That story is good and all, but what about the problem of egg on egg violence? How are we going to solve that? Egg on egg violence. Ugh. That's a tricky subject. Usually when you talk about it, the eggs get pretty mad. I don't know. Can't wait for the JJK crossover. Alright, so the Shiloh egg, now faced with his new problem of loving the egg planet but having to give the information to the aliens to destroy it. His world changes when he runs into a lone sorcerer by the name of dang, I'm trying to think of a person from Jujutsu Kaisen that has like a name I could make an egg pun out of. The only one I can think of that you would even come close is like Miguel. You could say Egel, but like even then, that's kind of lame. Yeah, I don't know how to. Anyway, yeah. So the Shiloh egg it's encountered by a lone sorcerer, who tells him about the wonderful like world that is like cursed spirits and cursed energy, and then the egg finds out that the egg actually can control cursed energy, because the egg is Japanese. And so the egg ends up going through a little training session with this like sorcerer, like on a mission, and they go and they take down like this like big cursed spirit, and like it was like really difficult. So like the sorcerer was like impressed with the egg, like, wow, you just learned jujutsu and you're already taking down cursed spirits. I'm gonna show you to my superiors. So then the Shiloh egg goes over to Jujutsu High,
and he meets the higher ups, and he explains the situation with like the aliens and the eggs and stuff, and the higher ups are like, honestly, man, we're really awful people, so we don't care about your dilemma, and we're gonna put you up for execution. And then the egg's like, no, this isn't fair. And they're like, but we're not gonna execute you until you give the aliens the information to take down the planet. So then the egg finds a loophole, and if he just doesn't tell the aliens, he never gets executed. So he just keeps living his life as like a egg jujutsu sorcerer, and he like goes and takes down some more cursed spirits, starts to work up a name for himself. He's actually moving up in the world, like in the jujutsu world. So what is Megumi for? Thank you. I knew there had to be one name that like made sense with an egg pun. Megumi. It's crazy. Maybe Megumi is the lone sorcerer that he encountered. Um yeah, so then he does like some more jobs. He starts to make a name for himself, and he becomes like a pretty well-known sorcerer. And then he gets recommended by his superiors for special grade. And this is a really important moment for the Shiloh egg, because he always dreamed of being a special grade sorcerer. It was his dream ever since he found out it existed like a month ago. And yeah, so it's his dream, and he gets recommended for it. So he becomes a special grade sorcerer egg, and since he's a special grade, they send him to defeat other special grades. So like they send him to go fight this like special grade cursed spirit, and it's actually an egg cooker, and sorry, my like the little window where I have my chat just like came up and said like something went wrong while I was playing this web page, error code out of memory, and I'm just like, what? That was weird. All right, anyway, I guess he got upset with my story or something. But yeah, so he goes to take down a special grade cursed spirit, and it actually ends up being too strong for him. He shouldn't have been promoted to special grade because his skills weren't up to the task yet. He was just that well known and popular to where he got recommended for it, and he didn't realize he was out of his league yet. So he goes and he tries to fight this cursed spirit, and he loses. Um, he ends up going. He ends up escaping barely with his life, and he makes his way back to Jujutsu High, and the higher ups tell him they're going to move his execution date up because he's such a bad sorcerer. So that's where season 3 ends. All right, and then season 4, the new egg sorcerer encounters him while he's like on the run, and this new egg sorcerer actually like he like stabs him like right through the yolk, and then the Shiloh egg is just like sitting there like, oh, like dying, like on the ground, and the egg's like standing over him, and then like he takes a picture of like the bleeding out Shiloh egg and sends it to the higher ups, and then the other sorcerer egg like actually ends up knowing reverse curse technique, and the reverse curse technique is strong enough to heal the Shiloh egg. So he heals the Shiloh egg, and the Shiloh egg gets up, and he's like, "Why would you stab me if you're just gonna heal me? Like, did you have a change of heart or something, or what's going on?" And then the sorcerer egg is like, "Well, I think that you shouldn't be executed, and that's a wrongful punishment. So when I got assigned to carry out your assassination, I figured I'd fake it, so that way you're off the hook for a little while. They'll find out eventually, but it buys you a little bit more time." And the Shiloh egg is like, "Oh my god, that's the best thing ever. Thank you so much." And they like kiss a little bit because like it's a little edgy, and then afterwards the Shiloh egg goes on, and he's just like, "All right, so now that all that happened, I have a new look on life. What I need to do is I need to build a team. I need to have some eggs who got my back." So then the Shiloh egg goes out, and goes out to the other jujutsu school in Tokyo, or Kyoto, sorry. The main one's in Tokyo. And they go to the Kyoto school, and the egg meets the other egg, and he explains the situation, and then this egg is like, "Oh my gosh, that's awful. Like, yeah, I'll definitely help you out. I got the semester off." So this egg teams up with the Shiloh egg, and now they got like a pair. Like they got the start of a team. So the Shiloh egg thinks about it, and he's like, we could do jobs right now with just the two of us, but it would make a lot more sense if we had at least another member, like a team of three. We can watch each other's backs, we can cover our blind spots. It's just overall like a much better idea. So the two eggs hold tryouts for egg sorcery, and that's when this egg comes in town. And this egg is like, he goes and he tries out for the things at the Shiloh egg, and this egg doesn't end up being very good. So they actually deny this egg, and this egg is really mad, and he like vows he's gonna like get revenge on the egg. So and then he goes about his way. But then the egg that assassinated him earlier with like and then healed him comes up, and he's like, honestly, I'll help you. Like, you've shown me that like I can't just obey the higher ups, and you're challenging jujutsu society, and I want to be a part of that change. So the sorcerer egg actually teams up with them, and now they have a group of three. So what happens from there is that they start training as a team, and they're getting pretty good. They take down a couple special grade cursed spirits, and they start to like improve their reputation, specifically the Shiloh egg, because remember, his reputation was ruined previously. So so once they gain more notoriety, the higher ups realize that the Shiloh egg is actually alive. So that's where that season ends. And then season 5 is it's the three eggs, and they have the like overhead of the higher ups like bearing down on them, and they're trying to decide like what they should do, and they come up with a couple ideas, and nothing really sticks or works out. They're like, that's not gonna save us. And then this other egg shows up, and he's on the news, and he vows that he's going to destroy half of the eggs in the egg world, half of the eggs in the carton. And that sets off our heroes, because they actively protect egg society. So they have to now figure out who this person is and try and combat them and save the world. And Shiloh Egg thinks about it, and he's like, that's a really good idea. If we can uncover who this is and take him down, they'll see that like I'm worthy to be spared, and like they'll remove the punishment. And the other eggs in the team like are like, yeah, that's a great idea. And they like they all rejoice. And then that's when like we have the beach episode, because like every anime needs like a beach episode. So the eggs like go to the beach to like celebrate getting like figuring out what their plan's gonna be to like save themselves in the world. And then they have their little beach episode. They splash around in the water. Make a little sandcastle or something. Just like regular beach episode stuff. A ton of fan service or something. Maybe show like the eggs crack or something, like just regular beach episode stuff. And then it cuts to like more serious stuff. And then you see that evil egg. I killed him! No! I killed him! He died right in front of my eyes! I have his blood on my hands! It's on the carpet! How am I gonna get rid of the body? How am I gonna get rid of the evidence? No, our first on-screen death. Don't worry, when an eggshell cracks, its soul transfers to another shell. Oh, okay. Resurrect Shiloh using another egg. My heart can't take it. I killed him. I didn't even get to finish my story. I actually had a whole plot ready to go. How do I get the yellow out of my carpet? I'm gonna have to Google that. You talked about JJK too much, Momo just started dying. That is like the most Jujutsu Kaisen thing ever. Well, our three heroes are okay because the villain they were about to fight is dead now. So there goes the plot. I'm devastated right now. I can't believe I did. He's dead. Like. Here's the corpse. Look at him. Look at him. Pour one out for the homies, for real. I can't believe that. I'm speechless right now. It really just got me. I wasn't trying to kill him. The tragedy of the Shiloh egg. It continues. Rest in peace, Yoko Ono. The story can still continue. Can it? This is what Marvel must have felt like when the whole Jonathan Majors beef came up. They're just like, oh my god, we just wrote like a whole 10-movie series revolving around this guy. We gotta completely go on. We move on to the next generation. Oh, just like Jujutsu Kaisen did. Alright. So now there's aliens, right? every follow-up anime to a successful anime. So there's aliens now. Boruto, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm sure there's some other ones that I don't really care about. Wow. I killed an egg. No, use time travel to save it. Yeah, we'll go back in time and stop me from dropping the egg. It's just like I'm sitting here telling my egg story, and then like another me comes like up out of like from the side, and it's just like, don't do it. And I'm just like, do what? As the egg like falls out of my hand and like hits the ground, and then we're both like, no. And then like we both got to go back in time like even further to like another Sabrina and like stop her from doing the egg bit in general. And she's just like, no, I gotta do the egg bit. He donated $10. I wrote the Shiloh egg already. I gotta do it. And then, and we're like, as we're sitting there talking, like the eggs like slide off the desk or something and like all break. And then we're just like, no. And then we have to like go back in time again to like an even earlier me, like before I even wrote Shiloh's name on the egg, and like be like, you can't do it. It's gonna spiral into a bunch of death. You can't do it. And then that Sabrina's like so like overwhelmed because she's like, oh my god, like I'll have like someone's like life
like on my hands. Like I can't do that because like with like we weren't specific enough and told her that it was an egg. We just said people are gonna die. So she started freaking out, and then in her freak out, she knocks the eggs over. So like the eggs all break, and then we're all just like, oh no! And then like, and then at that point, like the butterfly effect is like too strong, and then like the whole universe gets like really messed up. So then I have to go back in time and like allow the egg to break, so that way like it fixes time, and and then I have to watch the egg break again, and like it breaks my heart, and then I come back to my time and everything's normal again, and I just kind of weep as the camera like pans out, playing some like really cheerful like pop song, as like it kind of keeps zooming out, and you see like like some grassy plains or something like that, and like a sunny day, and then the movie ends. I know, tragic, right? Can't believe it. Yoko Ono, it's crazy though. Damn, I'm really upset that that egg cracked. That destroyed me. Destroyed me. Now I'm talking like SD Perry. It destroyed me. I, I feel bad. Like, should I at least write like give him a name? Like, I don't want him to like die nameless. Like, he doesn't even have family to like contact to know that he passed. You know what I mean? Like, that's rough. But then again, if I write on him now, it feels like I'm like disgracing the body. So like, I don't know if I should do that. It's okay, it was an NPC. It was the main antagonist of the story. What am I gonna do now? No, you say you do the next generation of aliens. Sorry. I don't even want to do the eggs no more. I'm all egged out. That made me too sad. Sorry, eggs. You gotta go back in the fridge now. I can't trust you on my desk anymore. That's how I feel about the egg. F indeed. F in chat for Yoko Ono. Give the egg to Otter. Its soul will live on through him. In some kind of like, is it gonna be some kind of like freaky ritual where like Otter has like two souls in his body, and like sometimes the egg gets control, and like sometimes the egg gets control, and he like messes with like moves my makeup or like throws it away or something, and then I'm getting ready for stream the next day, and it's just like, oh no, I can't find my makeup, and then I'm like super late because I like have to go back. I have to go to like the store to like get like to get replacement, and like and then at that point the otter has control again, and the otter starts like apologizing rapidly, and it's just like, I'm so sorry, I can't control it. I the otter hits me with that Jill cap, that Jill BS, or it's just like, oh, like I wasn't in control, but I was able to tell what was going on the whole time. It was horrible, or whatever she says, whatever, some BS. Uh, but I was aware. I don't care to remember what she actually says. I just know it's some BS. It's like, oh, shut up, Jill. No one likes you. No one wants to give you sympathy. The egg takes over Otter's body, and then like starts using more advanced jujutsu techniques than I could comprehend, and I have to like Gojo versus Sukuna him, and like I end up getting like cut in half, and I'm like laying on the ground like
passed away, and then like the egg otter combo thing is just like I'm trying to remember what Sukuna says to Gojo. It's like I will remember you for as long as I live. Let's see what. I got it right here. Let me. What does he say? You were magnificent. You were magnificent, Sabrina. I shall never forget you as long as I live. It's what the egg otter says to me. It's like I'm cut in half on the ground. Actual screenshot of like me and the egg. And so a new chapter begins. That's right. How do you go? Like, how do you go from like? It just like it really upsets me because how do you go from writing peak fiction like this to like drawing some like story about siblings arguing with aliens? Like, come on, Gege, you're better than this, bro. Just bring Gojo back and make everyone happy. That's all you had to do. I seen this article too, and it was kind of funny because it was talking about the Jujutsu Kaisen sequel manga, and it was saying how it was really smart of Gege Akutami to set it far enough in the future where a lot of the main cast members from the original series wouldn't be alive anymore. And the reasoning for calling this genius was because since none of the older, like really powerful characters aren't around anymore, they don't have to take the kind of step they did with Boruto, where they have to just make or like Dragon Ball Z does this a lot, where the next villain is just stronger. You know, it's just like every villain is like stronger than the last one. You know, that classic like shonen formula. So they praised the sequel for doing that because since it's new characters like starting out, they don't really know much about jujutsu at all. So the enemies don't have to be as like impressive or like powerful. They don't have to power scale like at such an increased like exponential rate because they're starting off with essentially a whole new cast and like the other people like aren't alive to like take down the threat. And that's definitely an interesting way of looking at it. I can definitely understand why they would say that because in a way, like yeah, you know, it does avoid one of the bigger things people complained about in Boruto is that like the villains and like the children were like so much stronger than like the previous generation just because the way they had the power scale because a villain wouldn't be threatening if Naruto or Sasuke could just come take him out real quick. You know, it's like he has to be stronger. So like yeah, I can understand, you know, them like, you know, giving him that praise for that and just being like, yeah, you know, good job like trying to get around that problem and just not falling into the same like thing that always happens. But the thing about like writing a story, and I mean maybe this doesn't fall into the realm of shonen or like you know like because I don't know what necessarily the parameters are. I remember seeing this article a while ago that was talking about some editing companies and stuff tell them for shonen they need to have an overall positive message, um, a character that's a good role model, and something else. This is like it's like three things that like an editor like looks for in like a publication like you know Shonen Jump or something like that, and like it kind of changed how I look at a lot of these like anime and manga coming out. And it's like Jujutsu Kaisen completely 180'd that formula They didn't have like a happy ending or like a or like a like good role model or anything. It's like no, Yuji was an awful role model. He killed people. He desecrated graves. He was by no means a role model. Like none of the Jujutsu sorcerers were, because that's like the whole thing. Being a Jujutsu sorcerer is like a dirty world. It's like, it's not something you necessarily want to do. Like it's hard. It's like hard. And so with that, like in retrospective, you got to think like Gege Akutami has already broken norms with just good writing. So it feels almost insulting to his writing ability to simplify it by just saying, "Oh yeah, they're all dead." It's like he's a way, way better author than that, and there was 100 different ways he could have written around that to avoid like having to do that, but still having some reoccurring characters to kickstart some more of the popularity for it. Because as far as I know, the only popularity behind this new manga in general is strictly from the fact that it's announced as a sequel to Jujutsu Kaisen. So a lot more people are going to it to see what the continuation of the story is than they would be just to read his new manga. And I don't have evidence of this, but I have a like personal theory, like a little conspiracy theory that bro didn't want to make a Jujutsu Kaisen sequel. He wanted to just move on because like he expressed in multiple interviews in the past that he wanted to move on from Jujutsu Kaisen. He didn't even want it to take off. It's just when he made the one shot, it became so popular. Like he wrote like Zero, and it became so popular that they like pretty much forced him to create a series out of it. So like he didn't have that like passion he wanted behind it. But then when he announced that he was making this new series, there was so little interest for it that like someone on his team had to have recommended to him like, "Hey, why don't you just slap the Jujutsu Kaisen name on there and then just like kind of use that for some popularity to, gain some interest in your new manga." And he's like, "That's a great idea," and does it cuz like it really doesn't have much of a tie to JJK in general. It just seems like he was trying to avoid a connection entirely, but still wanted like the like clout from saying it was a Jujutsu Kaisen sequel. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants his cake and to eat it too, but he just won't bake a cake. He'll do anything he can to not bake the cake. Like, I don't know. I'm still keeping an open mind with it because it is only one chapter that's out. It's going to be a very short run with not many volumes, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe bro's like actually cooking. Oh, and I seen this leak earlier, where it was showing a panel from the next chapter, and it was like teasing another Six Eyes user like Gojo, and that's very interesting to me because I'm like they could play it off as he's like another Gojo by giving him the Six Eyes and the Limitless technique, or he just only has the Six Eyes and that's what like nerfs him to like team up with like the current team of Yuta's grandkids or something, like. But if he is someone who has Limitless and the Six Eyes, then that's gonna kind of break the lore a little bit because it was already established that someone from the Gojo clan who possesses both techniques only comes around like once every like certain amount of years, and it's only been like 60 something, like I think 67 years since Gojo passed. So that would kind of mess with the canon. Like they would have to do some kind of like crazy explanation of just like, oh, it turns out that he's actually, you know, like it was a miracle that there was another one born so soon or something. You know, like they have to like get around that. So I think they have to break their own canon somehow with that. Which I mean, like I just gave an example of a way to do it. Like there's 100 ways to do it. It's like it's not like it'd be like impossible, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that's another thing I wanted to yap about was just the Jujutsu Kaisen sequel and my displeasure with it so far. It's just siblings arguing, and then like an alien's like, "Whoa, I'm an alien," and they're like, "What?" And like that's the whole chapter. And I expressed this on like a previous stream, but like I think I'm pretty sure I'd put comment on it, but I was like, it's kind of weird that they're even using the like kidnapping Japanese people for an energy source thing, because that was established by Kenjaku like 60 70 years ago at that point. And it's like you're telling me that like this dude's doing it like that much later, like when nobody else is doing it. Like it just seems like a really niche weird thing to like be like, hey guys, remember Jujutsu Kaisen? Yeah, it's the same universe because this guy's referencing that thing that happened in Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. That's what it feels like to me. Just like a weird fan service type thing. And just like, I don't know. Either it's a Jujutsu Kaisen sequel or it's not Gege. I mean, come on, man. Like, don't pull like the Resident Evil movies on us where it's like, guys, remember? See a liquor? Yeah, this is Resident Evil, remember? Remember? Oh, guys, what about the T virus? Yeah, the T virus, right? It's Resident Evil. Yeah, you guys get it, right? Like, no. Gege, no. I'm back. Hey, Shiloh. So, uh, the evil egg that you were fighting, it died. It died a horrible death, actually. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I feel power creep unfairly gives newer villains with less aura an equal footing lore-wise. The characters that are far more complex. Yeah, exactly. That is one of my complaints about Dragon Ball Z specifically, because you have a villain like Cell or Frieza, you know, who just like you said, like they have more aura. They're just they have a rich backstory. They're like genuinely like interesting characters. But then the next villain who steps up is like Boo. And it's just like, oh yeah, he's just a magical pink, you know, fluff ball or something. You know, like it just like barely even go like he's just so lame. Like it's like, oh yeah, that's Boo. You know, he's like magic or something. Yeah. We're using magic now. But like he's more powerful. You know, he has a higher power level. So like I think he's like just as intimidating and stuff. But like as a viewer or a reader, you're just like, oh, come on, man. Boo is millions of years old, though. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying like from like their perspective, from perspective of like the reader. It's like it just Boo just doesn't have that aura that like Frieza had, and then but like you have to take him just as seriously because he's stronger. It's just yeah. But yeah, power creep is not very good for shown in anime, honestly. um, I can't believe I actually made it in 2 hours just yapping though. This is crazy. I'm looking at the little timer and it just hit 2 hours. I really did just yap for 2 hours straight. Way to go, Sabrina. I'm trying to think. I'm like, I feel like I've exhausted all my talking points. Um, well, I guess I can cover what the video is even titled. So yeah, we beat all the Resident Evil games in chronological order, and so it I lost what I was saying there. Oh yeah, we beat all the games in chronological order. So we started at 7, then we played 8, then we went through the beginning of the series all the way to 6, and we finished 6. So we have Sabrina Wesker has officially played all the games except the Chronicle game that has too much spiders and Gaiden because I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's just a Game Boy game. I didn't even like Game Boy games when they were on the Game Boy, like when that was a thing. It was like that. I thought the only interesting Game Boy game ever to exist was like Pokemon, and that's just because it was an RPG. There was a Yu-Gi-Oh game that came out in a similar time, and that one was a really good RPG too, where you like go around the town and like battle people and stuff. Um, but yeah, it's like action games and like the movie tie-in games. They're just like so trash and like, ugh, how do y'all like make this? And it's like this is a banger. It kind of reminds me of the game Dev Tycoon. So I played that for a little while, and there comes a point in time in that game where you can do publishing deals, where it's like and publishers will come to you and be like, hey, we want you to make this game on this console, like this style of game on this console, and you get to like just make the game like that they like within their parameters, and then you release it under them as the publisher, and it was all the publisher like deal games are just like whenever you put them out, you'll get like the lowest scores like ever. Like your things like will not barely sell like any units, and it's just like awful games. And it just like playing that, it made me think about like all the games that were like that, back in the day, where it's just like, oh, we need a game for cars. You don't need to go too hard though. But then they made like the most fire game imaginable. you know, Either that or you get like something awful like the King Kong game. That was awful. It was just very interesting. The reason why Boo's created is for the sole purpose of bringing Goku back to relevancy. I know, butchered, I'm tired. Because the fan base is unsatisfied with Gohan taking the mantle. Yeah. Yeah. Between Pokemon and Legend of Zelda were my only prominent GBC games. Personally, I miss playing Nintendo 64. Whew, I feel you. Everything was much easier when I was playing my Dreamcast before going to school. I would play before school. I would usually play a race in F1. Or like I'd put the disc in and like load up a little race on my Dreamcast, and I'd like drive around the track, and then like usually by the time I crossed the finish line, like the bus would be pulling up to my house, so like I had to like run out the door real quick, like try to like just hitting the power button on the system, like running away, trying to like catch the bus before they left me. It was like such simpler times. Dreamcast was awesome. So like I'm with you. I get it, Shiloh.
So, uh, I'm dozing off on my couch. I'm leave here to go to bed. Good night, folks. Much love. Good night, Shiloh. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thank you for the egg $10 thing. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I hope you have a wonderful night. Alright, so yeah, we beat the Resident Evil games. I'm gonna be playing the remakes now. I'm not excited to play the RE4 remake. Oh my gosh. I'm not excited for that at all. That game is so long. Like, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, I'm gonna be playing that forever, bro. Like, what? I thought RE6 was long. How many hours? I want to see how many hours did it take me to beat it the first time I played it. Because I've only ever beat it once. About like 38 hours. Well, that's crazy. So like, let me divide that by like 3-hour sessions. Yeah, that's like 12 streams. Like, what? Come on, man. Like, obviously, now that I'm playing it, like, for a second time, it'll be faster. But, like, oh, man. You can breeze through it. I hope so. I really do. Man. RE3 Remake's gonna be, like, one stream. I'm gonna beat it in, like, one sitting. It's only, like, a 3-hour game. You'd also complete the DLC in a single playthrough. Yeah, that's true. I didn't play the DLC on the original, so that's a good point. I just realized too, RE4 is the only game I didn't play the DLC for. Every other game I did the DLC. It was just RE4. I was like, that game was too much of a stinker for me. So yeah. 12.5 streams is crazy. Go ahead and dump RE3 Remake in the trash. I won't blame you. Yeah, it's true. It's another RE game though, so honestly, it'd be really cool if I played the remakes like after they released like 0, because like it'd be cool to play like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, like I think that'd be pretty cool. But as a GameCube owner, I say you don't need to play that Ada stuff. Yeah, I mean, who really cares about Ada anyway? Let's be honest. Ada's just Asian gooner slop anyway. Alright. I'm thinking this might be where I end stream. I've yapped for a good amount of time and taken a lot of your guys' time. And, yeah, I feel like I've sat here and yapped a good amount. See, I gave you guys a good stream. I know I didn't play any games today, but I'm taking the week off. I'm taking the week off. It's okay. It's alright. We're good. We're good. I still don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Honestly, like I am kind of leaning towards playing Lego Batman because Steven has been requesting it quite a bit, and I did tell him I'd play it, so I feel like I should probably play it. So I might do that tomorrow.
But I could also read 0 Hour. So that's another possibility. The book streams don't do that well naturally. They're significantly lower view counts than a lot of my other videos. So if I did it, it would kind of just be for me because I want to do it type deal. But I missed some of your yap, but I enjoyed what I was here for. Good, good. It makes me wonder what parts you missed and if that was a good thing. Chatting is a nice change of pace. It's okay to take a break from gaming. Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, we played through every single Resident Evil game. I at least deserve a week of yapping. Been slaving away at these RE games for your entertainment. And I know you're thinking to yourself, you're like, Sabrina, who are you talking to? And I'm like, you, the viewer, you know who you. I'm talking to you. You know exactly who I'm talking about. And then like everyone who's watching is just like, she must be talking about me. And I'm like, exactly. I'm talking about all of you. Let's hope SD Perry isn't watching your stream for ideas. Ideas is crazy. Like, what ideas would she even get from me? Like this, like the egg story, or my quote getting off earlier. My internet connection was messing with me after you started talking about the people complaining about puzzles. Oh, okay, okay. Then I came back just for the egg story. Okay, so you did miss some interesting things, that's for sure. It's okay. I put yap session, but half of this thing was a rant. Like, honestly. Yeah, you guys get it. I gotta go get my hair dyed soon or something because you can tell like my hair's like blonde now. I'm just blonde again. Can't do that. I mean, I got some pink like in the middle section right here, but like other than that, it's blonde. I suspect Steph has a thing for eggs. Great minds think alike. That's all I can say. Eggs is crazy. What? Not the eggs. You're talking about these kinds of eggs, right? Right. Obviously. Obviously. What other eggs could you be even talking about? That's wild. I do have to put these eggs back in the fridge, though. Honestly. I don't know how long they're good to just like sit out on my desk for. I'm gonna Google that right now. How long can eggs sit out? Two hours at normal room temperature. Or 1 hour if the temperature is above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 hours, okay. I mean, I've been yapping for 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I don't think we grabbed the egg till like an hour in or something. There's no way we yapped about the egg for an hour. Well, you guys get the point. She prefers fertilized over fried. Your default hair color would be nice. Yeah, you guys like the blonde. You like blonde, Sabrina. I started my YouTube channel with black hair, and now I'm blonde again. I never thought this would be the case. Back many, many years ago when I started dyeing my hair black every day. Or not every day, but you know what I mean? Like every time I needed to. It was like, I never thought I'd be back here. Yet here I am. Blonde Sabrina again. Rip. Yep, we do. I love it. Alright, well, if you guys like it, then here we are, right? The blonde Sabrina. I see like photos come up in my memories and stuff where they go show me from like a couple years ago, and like I was looking at my phone and I'm just like, dang, I used to be like so goth looking, and now I got like blonde hair and pink nails. Like, what has happened to me? I've been corrupted. You know what they say, blondes do it better, and I am naturally blonde, so it makes sense. Did I actually say that? Is that like a thing? Fertilized over fried is wild. Like, what? I bet she does. The way Steph writes about stuff, she's definitely down bad Perry. Like, I can't even imagine the atrocities that are in the RE0 book. After rereading the Code Veronica book and seeing everything she said in there, it's raps. You just need to balance your Wesker with your goth. I think that's a good point. It's like I still have the black lipstick, right? You know, like I changed my like eye makeup a little bit. You know, I don't do the little like I don't do the spikes like in like the inner part of my eye anymore. I used to have like a little drawn with eyeliner, like little spikes that come down to like complete the like eye, kind of like how you have the like wing of the eye back here, and then you would have like yeah, you get the point. And like I would do the under like the bottom lid like kind of heavy, where it's like now I don't have any on my bottom eyelid, so it's like I even changed up my makeup routine. Alright, it always throws me off for a second, like, just seeing everything go sideways when I take my glasses off. It just makes me kind of sick for a second. Much better having them on. But, yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say, thank you guys for listening to my Yap session. Let me go to the ending screen. It's definitely been an interesting 2 hours. Like, I feel like, and like that's the like awful part about yapping sometimes, is I feel like I can talk like I can sit there and talk for 2 hours straight and I still haven't actually said anything other than Dino Crisis needs puzzles in it. And like and that people's political party don't represent who they are as a human being. Other than that, just like me explaining the point and then doing a story about eggs. And hey, you know what? If that's what you guys want to see, that's what you guys want to see. So I have no problem doing that. As you can tell, like I enjoyed this very much. I am a yapper, so it just comes naturally to me. That's why like I think I'd be like good at like a podcast or something, because I can talk, that's for sure. So like, and then especially if I had someone else to like bounce things off of, like I feel like it work out pretty well. The Sabrina Wesker podcast. That was wild. Sabrina Wesker podcast.
Thanks for the summary of the topics I missed. You're welcome. So I think a good way to end this would be to gift memberships. So here we go. Dark City has received a gift membership. Yumi Reina received a gift membership. Twinkle received a membership. Inverted Burial received a membership. Constantine Callis received a membership. And that was the first 5. Flexing the Stars Bed, Shark Love. Alright, let's do the next 5. Alright, let's see who gets these. Sup Suckers received a membership. Ari received a membership. Tom received a membership. Is it only gonna go over it's not gonna tell me who the last 2 people are? Alright, whatever. Well, there you guys go. There's the memberships for the month. I must be the Green Ranger of the WC. Why do you say that? What makes you the Green Ranger? I want to see if the little pop-up in the corner comes up with the other 2 names. You're welcome. Come on. Who's the next 2 people? I don't... It's not gonna tell me, I guess. The other 2 people who received memberships, you're welcome. I would announce your name on stream, but YouTube doesn't want to show me your name, so maybe if you're one of those 2 people, you want to leave a comment and I'll shout you out. Not a member, but I'm here. Well, like, I'm trying to think about it too, and I'm just like, obviously, like, it awards the things, like, automatically. And, I'm like, it obviously has to be based on, like, a channel activity. But I'm like, for example, you're here every stream, you comment and interact and like videos and stuff, whereas like half of these people who got memberships I've never seen before. So it makes me wonder if like does watching the video after the stream ends count for more like points in their like system of determining who gets a membership? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, I would argue that being present for the stream as it's live would be more like beneficial to the channel than watching it afterwards, right? Well, I guess YouTube doesn't think like that. I guess they might value people who watch it after as being like I don't know, like, are they just like, oh, these people are more your fans because they'll go back and watch a video, whereas like other people like are like fake fans because they just catch you live every once in a while. And I don't know. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Dinosaur. I don't know if you showed up earlier. If you did, I'm sorry if I missed saying hello to you. My chat won't let me scroll back that far, but just in case you haven't been here yet. Hey Dinosaur, how's it going? Pleasure to see you. Welcome to stream. Such a surprise to come out of the shower too. Ooh. Yeah, of course. I just got here. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it like it messed with me. I'm like, oh man, did I forget to like say hi to him when he showed up? Like, dang it. But no, okay. All right, I'm good. Because as you guys know, like I try to say hello to everybody as they come on stream. Like that comment. Like obviously, if you don't comment, I can't like tell that you're here. You know, like I'll see the little graph go up a person, but it's not like I know who that is to like greet them. It's good. Happy to see you. Good. Good. You missed quite a long yap session today. I just ranted about stuff. Just spent the whole 2.5 hours just talking. Didn't even play a game today. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate that. I feel like I just thought about something I wanted to say too, but I forgot it just as quick. But yeah, I'll let you guys go on with your day. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for listening to me yap. One of those days, huh? Yeah, definitely. I ran out of Monster a while ago. Hug us up. Hug you. This is my virtual hug. Give you a little pat on the back as I hug you. And that's to all of you. I'm gonna hug all of you, not just Dinosaur. You all get the hug. Maybe a little forehead kiss. Yap session is always calming. Good, good. I'm glad. I enjoy it, that's for sure. Like I've honestly considered maybe doing some like shorts and stuff of just me just like yapping throughout my day. You know, like maybe I go get some food or something, and like something interesting happens, and I just have like a little like check-in life moment type thing where I'm just like, oh my gosh, can you believe this or something? You know, just give you guys little updates of my day. Oh, and I really I'm really gonna try to do this, so I don't want to hype it up too much if I can't secure it, but I'm going to try to interview the Greenville Spider-Man for the channel. I've seen him in person this weekend. I went to my favorite coffee shop to get my white chocolate iced mocha, obviously, with whole milk. And yeah, and I seen him on the staircase, and like I wanted to talk to him so bad. But like for the first second there, I was kind of like frozen in like fear almost, because like this dude's like a celebrity in my eyes. So it's like I see him and I'm just like I'm blown away as if I seen like the real Spider-Man or something, you know, like like I was like that like mind blown seeing this dude, and and like we were on the like passing, he was coming down the stairs as I was coming up, and I just watched him go by with my mouth open, and I wanted to say something so bad, and then I was just like, no, Sabrina, you're on the stairs. There's people coming up and down stairs. You can't just stop in the middle of the stairs and like start talking to someone. It's like really weird and rude. And on top of that, like I didn't have my makeup on or nothing. I looked pretty trashy, to be honest, because I was just running downtown real quick for some coffee. I wasn't planning on hanging out there or nothing. And yeah, no, I seen him. He actually exists. Bro is walking around in a Spider-Man suit. So I am totally going to go back there. I'm gonna get all pretty. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna interview him, and I'm gonna post it on the channel, like the Greenville Spider-Man exclusive with Sabrina Wesker. And maybe that helps me like break into my future goal of being a news reporter or something. I don't know. Maybe I do such a good job that like my channel just turns into like a news channel or something. I'm like interviewing people like in Greenville. Oh, that'd be crazy. A Sabrina vlog? Yeah, kind of like little vlogs, like, I don't know. Because like I want to include you guys more in my like I have a lot of like downtime, and I think it'd be really cool to produce like some short form content like that for the channel. Uh, Especially because things like that don't require a lot of editing, so I can pump those out at like a pretty decent rate, I think. Uh, Definitely more than I put out my teaser videos or retrospectives that like never get posted. But yeah, you guys get the point. I think it'd be pretty interesting. You went. I did go. Starstruck. Ooh, I was. I seen the Spider-Man and I was just blown away. I was like, oh my god, this is actually Spider-Man. Like, this is Peter Parker standing in front of me. Like, bro doesn't even know that I know. Remember to wear a Carnage costume. Yeah, see, that's another thing. Is that like I'm debating also whether I just show up in like a like villain costume of some kind. I was making a joke because I have like the black bodysuit that like maybe I dress up as like a Black Cat and then like come and like antagonize him downtown, and he requires this like it's just like, and it's like all over the news. It's just like Greenville Spider-Man meets supervillain or something. Like I would totally do that just to have that moment where like someone's like grandma turns on the TV to watch the news and they're like, honey, did you know that superheroes are real? Yeah, Spider-Man's fighting Black Cat downtown. Like, how crazy would that be to like see that on like an actual news network and like think like that's really like that's 2025. Like that's a real thing going on like right downtown. I think that would be legendary. That would be absolutely legendary. I would do that. You know what? I'd make a vlog out of it too. I'd be sitting there with my phone, you know, and just like, be like, yeah, guys, we're gonna go antagonize Spider-Man today. And then, like, I'm gonna like come up to him and be like, hey, you, I got a problem with you, buddy. And then he's just gonna be like, me? I'm like, yeah, Spider-Man. Like, and I'll try and do some like regular goon like talk where he's just like, I'm gonna give you a beat down, Spidey, or something. Just like something stupid like that. And he's I'm telling you, like, there's so many possibilities. I want to see if this dude has some kind of social media, and I want to reach out to him and ask for his permission for an interview before I just like ambush him downtown and be like, Spidey, let me get the scoop, you know. But yeah, it's like if he had some kind of social media or something, I would love to even an email. I would love to reach out to him and talk to him, but looks like I might have to ambush him downtown. But yeah, I'll do some research tonight and see if he has. Like, I haven't looked yet, to be fair. So, like, he very well could. For all I know, he's, like, a social media icon or something. Like, bro's, like, famous on, like, fucking Instagram or something. You know, who knows. But, yeah. Greenville Spider-Man, bro's an actual superhero. Beat up some people robbing a clothing store the other week. Like, bro actually fights crime in he's actually Spider-Man, like in Greenville. He just doesn't like shoot webs or stick to like walls. Like, but bro's out there like working with the police and like just taking down criminals. It's crazy. I think I would make a great supervillain. But and then I'd have like an arc where I have to team up with Spider-Man and take down a common enemy, and then throughout the course of like helping Spider-Man, I end up realizing that like maybe being evil isn't the way to go in life, and then like I have like a change of heart moment, and like maybe he's about to get killed or something, and like I save him or something because like my change of heart, I'm like, oh no. He's the hero, he has to live, and like maybe I sacrifice myself for him to like beat up the bad guy and win or something, and then he's like, no, and he's like holding my body, and like I'm just like limp in his arms, and he's just like he's holding me like, no, it's Sabrina,
like, or we know whatever my supervillain name is, just like Wesker. and that's like, bro's like arc where he like gets his new suit and he's like more ruthless on criminals. You maybe stop pulling his punches. I'm telling you, I put like y'all like probably sit there and you think to yourselves like, what does Sabrina Wesker think about? Like what is she doing right now? I guarantee you, I'm thinking about being a supervillain to the Greenville Spider-Man. Like I promised you that it can be like it can be 5 in the afternoon. Well, maybe not 5 because that's when I wake up. But it can be like 7 at night. It can be 12 a.m. It could be like you can name it. Just whatever time you're thinking of. What is Sabrina Wesker doing right now? Probably thinking about confronting the Greenville Spider-Man. Call me Jonah Jameson, cause I'm gonna post like a video like right before I show up as a supervillain. I'm just gonna like make like a video. I'm just gonna have like a big board behind me. It's like, why Spider-Man is secretly a villain, or like vigilante we don't need, and then like it'll be like candid photos of him or something. Spider Sop, alternate Spider-Verse, and somehow my truck becomes the new Spider-Mobile with a Spider-Man mask. Rap. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm saying that word way too much. Oh, man. I didn't even think about the consequences. Because I was just thinking, like, yeah, he's like the superhero. But I forgot that, like, that word's in his name. Yikes. Oh, well. Charlotte Man. There you go. Oh, man. I can't believe I said that song. Alright, yeah, I'm going, guys. I done talked myself into an algorithm. Alright, where's my good night? And if you want to see me yap some more, I highly recommend you join the Discord. We have an after show after stream where you can listen to me yap, but you have your own input because it's a voice call. So you get to ask me questions. You get to know me a little bit better, just talk to me and hang out. Maybe I play some games, do some tier lists, maybe, It's really fun. You guys should join. The link is in the description and on my page. Send Mary Jane my way. That's crazy. Anyway. Paul might cook you too. Why doesn't that show up on my thing? That's the second message I noticed that didn't show up in my chat, but I see it in like the corner of the screen on OBS. Why didn't that show up? Is it like being filtered maybe? I don't even know how I'd check that. What? Yeah, I seen that comment, but it didn't show up in chat. It's weird. I might have to start paying more attention to that. Because I don't want to miss comments. Especially if it's like someone new that shows up and like they are trying to comment and get engaged with the community. Wait, it just did it again. It showed up for a second and then disappeared. And now it just says that's my superpower, but I seen what it said. Thank you for the enthralling conversation. I enjoyed every bit of it. You're welcome. You're so welcome. I really enjoy yapping to you guys. It's one of my favorite things to do, honestly. I would stream every day if I could just yap. I'd sit here every day. I always switch over to live chat, though. How did it get on top chat? Because that's like every day before I one thing that like is kind of like a pet peeve of mine is that when you're like setting the stream settings, there's where is it here? In comments, so it's like there's like comments and sort by, and it like automatically defaults to top. And it's like, how do y'all even determine that? Like, why wouldn't I want to? Like, I can understand if like maybe I was like some crazy big streamer that has like thousands of messages like popping up constantly. Maybe I want to do it on Top Chat just to reduce the amount of them. But I am by no means a large streamer, and I would like to see every single comment. So I always sort it by newest, and then I post the stream. But then I click on it, and it still shows up as Top Chat, so then I gotta switch it to Live Chat. And now, I guess it switches back on its own sometimes. Because I did that at the beginning of stream. I'm uncuckable, that's what it was. Okay. Who's Paul again? I don't even remember who Paul was. Oh! Yeah, yeah. I completely forgot about all that. What? Yeah. Yep. Oh, Paul. Anyway, that's crazy, bro. I forgot. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Guy who cucks Charlotte, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as I seen his face, as soon as I seen that, like, comic panel, I just... it clicked in my head. I was like, oh, yeah. That's right. Thank you, Sab. You're welcome. Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. I yapped for another 30 minutes, so... Since I originally said I was gonna go, it's been 30 minutes. I've been streaming for 2 hours and like 45 minutes, so... And I'm pretty sure at 2:11 is when I originally said I was gonna go, so... Sorry. But then again, you guys can't complain about more content, right? But thank you for the hearts, I really appreciate that. It really makes me happy when I see those, so thank you. I never really bring attention to how much I actually enjoy it, but I do a lot, and that's why I take the moment to give you guys a heart back and say thank you. So, yeah. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the Discord tomorrow or next week. Bye-bye.